Hi and welcome back. Today we're talking about a 21-year-old Irish left-back called Val Adedokun, born in Dublin on the 14th of February 2003. He started his career off with amateur side River Valley Rangers from Swords in Dublin, who he joined in 2007 as around about 4 years of age, staying until 2014 when as an 11-year-old he joined highly regarded amateur side Malahide United. While at River Valley Rangers and Malahide, he played predominantly as a winger on the left, but can also play still, I suppose, on the right. He stayed with Malahide until 2017, when as a 14-year-old he made the move to League of Ireland Premier Division side Dundalk with their academy. To those outside of Ireland, just to give you a bit of perspective, at the time Dundalk were 100% the top side, dominant side in Ireland, winning the league regularly 5 times between 2014 and 2019, and only missing out in 2017 when they finished second. So still there in 2017, and we're riding high in Europe as well from an Irish point of view in the Europa League proper. So it definitely was the place to be, and a real compliment and sign of how good he was regarded to be sought after and signed up by Dundalk. He stayed with them from 2017, working his way through their academy until in January 2020, as an only 16-year-old signed a pro contract with them. He made his pro debut with them later that season on the 27th of September 2020 as a now 17-year-old against Shamrock Rovers, another juggernaut of Irish football. He went on to represent Dundalk 9 times in all, and also with a lot of involvement with the first team, and a regular with them on the bench throughout, and training with them on the bench, and those 9 appearances again at such a young age. During his career with Dundalk, he transitioned to left back. In January 2021, he signed a new 2-year deal with Dundalk, which shows the faith the club had in him, as a lot of time in Ireland this wouldn't necessarily be the case. Players would be on a season-to-season basis, so they obviously saw him as an asset on and off the pitch. So on the pitch, he was going to be one of their first team regulars week in, week out if he stayed. But also they recognised, fortunately, in Ireland, depending on what perspective you're looking at it, it's a selling league, so they knew they had to safeguard one of their gems and get him on a long-term contract if he was to move on. It worked for them either way. If he stayed, it's great. They have a top pro with them for another 2 years. If not, they can sell him on their terms as opposed to losing him for free. So later that same season, i.e. the Irish season 2021, again it runs annually, the Irish season, he still only at 18 signed a 3-year deal with English Premier League side Brentford. So unfortunately Dundalk lost him for an undisclosed fee from Dundalk, with the contract expiring as it stands on the 30th of June 2026 at the time of recording, and there's an option for a further year to that deal. To date, he has had a lot of game time with their talented Brentford B side, who he has also captained, and in 2023-24 season was the player of the year and is highly thought of there. So all going according to plan on the field. In February this year, 2024, he signed an improved deal, again expiring June 26. On the 23rd of September this year, 2024, he made the exciting move to Hungarian top divisions club Diosgyor VRT on a season-long loan move. They currently sit third in the table, which is why he's on our list, on our pod. The loan was ended at the end of December, just gone. He would have probably liked to have played more, turning out just 3 times with 2 appearances on the bench. So 5 matches really in that period that he was involved with the first team, and not appearing at all again from the 10th of November 2024. So it's not a surprise that the loan was ended early. The fact he was involved consecutively for those 5 matches in a row and then not at all, you'd perhaps imply there was an injury, but that's just me guessing, don't know for definite. Either way, the minutes, involvement and experience he would have had there over the last few months will only stand to him, though he himself probably thinks it wasn't successful, and no doubt he'll be disappointed. It will 100% push him forward in his career and get him closer to his end goal. If he is still nursing an injury, you'd imagine he'll be back at Brentford and stay there for the remainder of the season. However, if he has recovered now and or is to be recovered in the near future, with a taste of first team football fresh in his mindset, he would be possibly eager to go back out on loan. However, if he isn't match fit for whatever reason or is returning from an injury, a serious injury, I'd presume the club will want to keep him in house and get him firing all cylinders for the remainder of the season before letting him go out again. If he was match fit or not far off and completely injury free and available for another loan, obviously January is the time to do it. There will be options open to him. Again, perhaps staying with Brentford B for a couple of months wouldn't be a bad option. Then back out on loan with his old club Dundalk, who are now in the second tier in Ireland. That's an option. He could go there now, or any Irish Premier top division side. Dundalk aren't in the Premier Division, the Irish Premier Division. They just got relegated last season, so this season they're in the second tier, the Irish First Division. But he's going to have options at home and in England, and probably mainland England if he's fully fit and ready to go. He's probably going to go back out and on loan somewhere in England down the leagues would be another option open to him. I think going to Dundalk where he's known, he's going to hopefully be playing week in, week out for Dundalk in the First Division. He's known there, he knows them, he knows the setup. Getting that week in, week out football is what it's all about at this stage in his career, and helping them get back promoted and then shooting back over to Brentford, pushing on, trying to get back into the first team in January of next year, or well, not even January. The season ends the end of October, November, so the end of the year, fully match fit, trying to get into the first team in Brentford or thereabouts, or maybe a championship loan move then in England. Internationally, has represented Ireland at youth level, under 15s and under 19s, so it's been in the Irish setup since around 2018 and on the radar since 2015. So from a very early age, he's impressed both at club and international level, and mixed with a very talented bunch like himself too throughout with Brentford B and in the Irish youth setup. So he knows where he needs to be, and he knows he's on a par with players that have already broken into first team football at various levels and internationally. So he's going to be fully confident he has the ability to do it, and why shouldn't he? To note, he's also eligible for Nigeria through parentage, so again on the international front he will have options, but to play for either he will need to be playing first team football on a regular basis at a decent level when that comes. But at still only 21, 22 in a couple of months, he has time very much on his side, and he just needs to continue doing what he's doing, not reflect too much on the past and perhaps where he feels he should be now, and just get on the pitch, get the minutes, first team football, and everything else is going to fall into place then. He's clearly got the talent to do so. At only 21, he's already played in 3 different countries with clubs in 3 top divisions in Europe, one of which just so happens to be one of the best leagues in the world, though he has yet to make a senior debut, of course, for Brentford. He has been involved with the first team and made their bench numerous times, so all is very much on course to date. He has also, that's in competitive football, of course, he has also played European football with Dundalk, international football with Ireland at youth level, so the CV and experience is impressive and is there. All he needs now, as I said, is first team football, staying injury free, and when the time is right, get the opportunity back in England when the opportunity unfolds, or elsewhere should he so choose. If you liked the video, send us a like, subscribe, or leave us a comment. We'd love to hear from you, or buy us a coffee at the link in the description. And as always, we'll be watching.